Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome back to Geeks Watch. I'm going to continue talking about Arcane, Season 2, Episode 6, The Message Within the Pattern. Victor kind of astrally or magically is checking out the corrupted hex rune and what the implications of that are for basically the hex tech and other things. Jace is still kind of wigged out from whatever his encounter is with the Arcane. This episode is kind of slow because basically Vi, GEEXX, and Isha take Vander to see Victor to try and bring his humanity back. So there's a good chunk of time in there where it's more like slow character building moments. Mostly Vander trying to pull, Victor trying to pull Vander's sanity out of the beast he has become, and Vi and GEEXX kind of like reconnecting as siblings, as family. And the two of them kind of thinking that maybe if they can get Vander back, they'll have their family back, kind of a thing. They'll be back to being a family. And that takes up a good bulk of the episode. And it's slower, but it's decent. I think it's decently done. There's just not a lot really going on for a good chunk of it, at least for their part of the story. But then you also have Mbessa, Singed, and Caitlin, who are hunting the beast that Vander has become. Caitlin doesn't know that Vander is still in there. Singed and Mbessa don't care. It's actually detrimental to their plans if Vander's humanity is brought back. And those things take up a good chunk of time. Mbessa, Caitlin, and Singed do eventually track Vander to Victor's little sanctuary. And speaking of the sanctuary, it's kind of creepy. I mean, Victor has healed all these people, but they're all, if you remember, I can't remember the counselor's name that Victor had healed and, got his, healed his legs and made him walk again. These people are behaving in a very cult-like fashion. And it's just so weird. And I don't know, it's one of those things where I don't know if it's like, if Victor did it intentionally, if something happened and Victor did it accidentally, something that happened accidentally. But I mean, Victor's curing process does something to these people. And I'm not quite sure what it is. And I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not, because these people are all very, very passive and very creepy. So I'm wondering if we'll find out exactly what happened in the future episodes, because I haven't watched anything else yet. But yeah, they do eventually track Vander to the sanctuary. Victor basically refuses to give Vander up, which has predictable results. I think this is gonna, I don't want to talk about it too much more because it really will, I think the ending has a lot of impact. It's a good ending. It's a strong ending for this episode. It is slightly predictable, but it's still a bit of a gut punch. Even if you can kind of see what's happening, if you can see what's going to, if you can see it coming, if you see what's going on coming, it's still, a gut punch when it happens. And it does kind of end on a bit of a cliffhanger. Not sure where it's going to go from there. And, Jace makes another appearance. He's still kind of, he's still wigged out. And you don't know if Jace is in control of himself any more than Victor is. something weird is going on, and they haven't really explained it. And I don't know if they're going to. I hope they do, just because I liked the characters. Jace wasn't my favorite, neither was Victor, but they weren't perfect. They were flawed individuals who kind of got in over their heads. They, had rosy glasses on, figuring that Hex Tech would solve all their problems without knowing what they were getting into. So, the road to hell is paved with the best intentions kind of thing. So you don't want to see them fail. You don't want to see bad things happen to them. Because at the core they're decent people. They're just maybe doing things that better been left alone. And they're kind of suffering the consequences of that. Yeah, like I said, there's just a huge chunk of time that's devoted to, Victor trying to bring Vander's sanity back. And being a mostly slow-moving episode, the things that I've outlined take up a good chunk of time. The plotting of Mbessa and Singed. Sorry, thinking of characters from books I'm reading. But between Mbessa and Singed, between Caitlin and Vi, just all this stuff going on is just stretched out over the episode. And I don't want to spoil the ending because I think it's important. It has an impact. So I'm only going to talk about this for a few minutes, and I've already repeated myself multiple times. As always, thanks for watching. As always, my stuff is crap. And until next time, good hunting.